Welcome to today's NASCAR '08 live stream. And in today's race, we have for you the Phoenix International Raceway. And this is going to be an interesting one because it is a sprint race. Only 100 laps in our scheduled stream for tonight. It'll be our fourth and final 50% race of the season as far as race length goes. And starting at the back with no practice or qualifying on a track we have not touched in this game yet. I don't like our chances of trying to keep this win streak alive. Yesterday, I don't really think I should have won, but we did end up winning at the Texas Motor Speedway, putting our win streak now to 5 straight races in the Busch Series with Martin Truex Jr., so trying to go for 6 in a row here tonight. Under the lights nonetheless at Phoenix. We'll see how this is going to go. Without further ado, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content. A couple days away from getting our Speedway coverage kick-started on the channel, which would be Wednesday night for Busch pole qualifying for the Daytona 500. And Martin Truex Jr. going to be trying to qualify for the 500. So coincidentally, we're racing as him for this Busch Series season, trying to get him his 3rd career Busch title. Green flag is in the air, and we are underway. A 291-point lead already on the season for Truex. 3 wide on the bottom, and just not a lot of room there in that first turn. Slight bit of contact with one Pablo Montoya. Luckily, no caution. Ooh, boy. I'm used to these cars having more grip. Or I feel like they should have more grip than they do. Definitely trying to figure this racetrack out, I'll tell you that much. Clint Boyer on the pole. Led the first lap. He started on the pole yesterday as well. And I don't think he even led a lap at Texas yesterday. Kevin Conway in the 18, going to work back to the inside of Truex, trying to make a pass on him. And does. Truex gave up that position to try to get the crossover underneath. Wade, thanks for tuning in. Definitely trying to figure this track out. I feel like the flatter racetracks for me are more difficult by way of handling on this game. It's almost like I can't be turning and hitting the brakes at the same time. I have to brake early and then rotate the car while I'm off throttle and then get back into the gas. That's how I haven't slid the tires as much. Started figuring that out later in the Martinsville race for the Cup Series. So it felt like that entire first tire set, I was just sliding them like crazy. Slid them the first couple laps here tonight and kind of starting to settle in now. But still a lot of cars to pass in a short time to get there. I would expect that this is going to be a 1 pit stop race, which it would have been probably borderline 1 or 2 stopper had we ran the full 200 laps. But definitely going to be a 1 stopper, I'd imagine, here tonight. Ethan Chua, Patrick Shadley, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm still not 100%. Every day that passes by, I'm getting better than what I was the day before, so that's good. As of the last few days, at least. But, yep, still slightly congested. I only coughed during the stream twice yesterday, and I paused it both times beforehand, so that's good. Hopefully, I can go the whole stream without doing that once here today. It is only half the race, so it is possible. So it lasted just over half the race yesterday before I did it. And that was in a full Busch race. to 23rd. Warriors led every lap so far as well. Is this supposed to be 100%? No, this is clearly only half. 200 laps would have been the full distance. It's our last 50% race for the Busch Series. That was a big bit of contact there from the 41. Reed Sorensen just knocked us down onto the curbing. That got a bit hairy. You're now up to 19th. So I've been squeezed by other drivers twice now when I've gotten underneath them cleanly. Once in turn one on the first lap by Montoya. Granted, we were 3 wide there, but that move on the back straightaway through the dog leg. I'm surprised I got forced down there by Sorensen. Although we were about 3 wide there, too, so maybe it's just something about when I'm 3 wide under the AI here. So really the only 2 moments that I've recalled that we've even been 3 wide. So weird. It's just like side by side and you're underneath them and they know you're there. 3 wide and you're underneath them. They act as if you're not there. 26.616 the last lap. Fastest of the race here through the first dozen. Oh my goodness! I was confused at why everybody just stopped there. Was that Casey Kane? And the 9 car that was blowing up? That was a jump scare. Ran right into the back of the car in front of me. Wow. Hoping that there isn't a bunch of damage on the front of the car because that was a pretty hard hit. .2 seconds off the lead. It's really spaced out the front portion of the field quite a bit, too. I passed a few other cars 3 wide up the middle, too, that were also slow in front of us. So gained a few positions out of it, but obviously lost time to the leader. Mark DeMars, thanks for tuning in. Oh, there's a 29 blowing up. Okay, I saw the number 9 on the door, but... Okay, 29, so it's Jeff Burton. That was so fast. He definitely had to have been running up in the top 10 then. I doubt he was a lap down and got that far through the field before somebody nearly ran into the back of him. Tell you what, you do the best you can to have your eyes peeled for stuff like that happening, and it still catches you by surprise almost every time. Now, you're just in a pack of cars because you're so few laps, I should say, into the race, so everything's still compacted together from the double file start. Man, oh man. Fastest lap of the race for Truex that last time. 26.494. A move to the inside of the 16. And this is Greg Biffle, because I just noticed that Cleaver's in 3rd. And there's Casey Kane. Right around us. Lost a couple spots this lap. About to lose another to Truex. Truex in the top 10 for the first time. Didn't take long, 19 laps. Looking underneath Jamie McMurray, Danny O'Quinn Jr., a couple of the Roush Fenway Fords. Give me room, Jamie. Give me room, give me room, give me room. Luckily, the curb didn't throw the car up the track. Thankfully, it was a pretty smooth ride over top of the curb and through the dog leg that time. Outbraking both the 26 and the 12 on corner entry, getting by McMurray and Hornish. And underneath our teammate Dale Jr. now for 6th place into turns 1 and 2. Got him as well. I think it's clear Truex has the fastest car in the field here today. Phoenix was one of my probably 2 best tracks in NASCAR 07. Say here in Richmond were my 2 best. New Hampshire's up there too. I'd probably throw Phoenix as my 3rd best track on that game. I'd say New Hampshire was my 2 and Richmond was my number 1. But the flat tracks, for some reason, on this game, I feel like I struggle a little bit more. Definitely more than I did in NASCAR 07, because there was no struggling there. Finished 2nd in both Martinsville races we've ran. The Cup side and the truck side. Although the Cup side we pretty much had the race won until Caution came out, set up a green-white checker. And then Bobby Labonte knocked us out of the way on the restart from 2nd. Fell to 3rd. Last lap, we got back by Jimmy Johnson for 2nd place, but couldn't get back to the lead. Slight power slide getting into the corner after passing Mike Wallace in the 7. He's going to try the crossover, but he doesn't get a great run off the exit of turn 4, and the straightaway speed goes to the 11. Truex hangs on to the spot. He's looking to battle the 1 of J.J. Yaley for 4th. Matt Kenseth in the 17 just up ahead. Oh boy. Nice. Pushing a little too hard. Not a big slide there, but a medium-sized one to say the least. Pushing too hard on corner entry. Back the entry up a lot better through turn 1 that time. And more drive off speed. Try to close on J.J. Yaley. Try to back up 3 and 4. Wanted to get back into the gas a little sooner, but still able to get underneath the 1 of Yaley. Got a good chance to pass him here in turn 1. Got him. Up to 4th. And do the same exact thing on Kenseth. Good run off turn 4. Try to get him in 1 and 2. Hook down on the yellow line and clear off the exit of turn 2 for 3rd. Another Roush Fenway 4 just in front of us. Most of these Roush Fenway cars in the top 10, if not all 5 of them are. Todd Cleaver would be the driver in 2nd. And the RCR Chevy of Clint Boyer, who has led every lap so far from the pole, still leads. Already a lap 27. This race is clicking by very fast. $11 goals scored back and forth. Sounds like a great game. I feel like I need a little bit more bite on corner entry. The more these tires start to wear out, the more unsteady the car feels trying to keep it pinned to the bottom of the track on entry into the corner. I feel like the front tires aren't gripping, but it's not sliding up the racetrack by way of it being tight. It just feels like I'm driving on ice. Feels like I hit an ice patch or something and it just kind of Wiggles back and forth a bit until it catches stability. Slight contact in the dog leg. Pass made for second now for Truex over Todd Cleaver. And you got a couple of former Busch Series champions now battling for the lead. Clint Boyer in the 2 and Martin Truex Jr. in the 11. Way too high on the track entering turn 1 there. No grip. Truex going to lose a little time but still holds on to P2. Nobody's passed Boyer yet. Clint's going to lead the first 31 laps of this race at least when he leads this time by at the line. He's definitely going to lead this next lap as well. Just a little bit too far behind. Another power slide getting into the corner. Cleaver goes way up the racetrack in the middle of 1 and 2, and he's going to lose a lot of ground on the leaders ahead of him. Still holds on to third, but several car lengths now, the gap between himself and the second place driver of Truex. Trying to drive it in a little deeper. Didn't work there either. Just trying some different things. I feel like I'm getting really tight the closer I get behind him on entry into the corner. I can't get the car to rotate the way I want it to through the middle. Yeah, there it goes. A little slippery. It's got to be that clean air advantage. You get me the lead, I'd like to think I could do the same things Boyer's doing. No wonder nobody's passed him yet. There we go. There's a run for Truex. Side by side for the lead. Can the 11 keep his nose to the inside of the 2 in turns 1 and 2? And he does. And clear. Clean pass. Took quite a few laps once we got to second to try to make this pass. About 7 of them. Truex finally does it. And lap 37 will be his to lead. After the first 36 laps of the race were led by the pole sitter Clint Boyer. Truex might give it right back up again. Had another slide getting into the corner. I got to get right back into the rhythm I was in before I took the lead. I'm struggling for so much grip right now. Oh, Boyer overdrives it. He's going to lose second to Cleaver. There we go. Those two get to battling each other. That might help me out a little bit. Of course, the first time the two's been in traffic, so having to deal with these problems for the first time. Seeing how his car's going to handle in the dirtier air. Yeah, we're going to be able to go like pretty much exactly 50 laps on fuel. If I can go 51, I'll try to do that. Just so that way that's one less lap in the second half of the race I'd have to go in a full fuel run if it stayed green. We haven't had a caution-free race yet, although with this being a 50% race, I don't know that I'd... It's obviously not going to be the first 100% race to go caution-free on the Busch or Cup side, but... Shorter race, I'd lean towards it being more possible of staying without a caution. Might be a bit of a risk, but I think I'm going to put another half round of wedge into the car. Try to help myself out a little bit. Widening the gap a little. 0.7 of a second lead. Yep. When I start to do slidey things like that, and I'll give that time right back up again. Lost a 1/10 through that corner alone. Could have been worse. A lot better through 3 and 4. Pretty much got that time back and then some. My struggle corner is definitely down in 1 and 2 right now. Well, then I struggle down in 3 and 4. Got all the way against the fence. Tires are shot. It's kind of a good thing it's a 50% race, because if I had to do that on the back half of a, say, 100-lap run, we'd be in a lot more world of hurt as far as trying to keep our track position. And there goes Cleaver. Almost. Truex really backing the corner up, trying to keep the car down on the bottom. Cleaver drove it in so deep on the outside, there was no chance that he was going to go that deep into the corner and beat the 11 back to the gas. And because he went to the outside, Boyer's got a great opportunity to try to get back into second place yet again. Battle side by side for about a lap. Boyer wins that battle. We'll have to see how the green flag pit stops are going to work each other out as well. Been very hit or miss when it comes to green flag pit stops on this game. I feel like I either lose a ton of time or gain quite a bit of time. And Truex trying to keep the win streak alive. Nine-tenth of a second lead halfway through the race. Now the fuel load's getting pretty light. Gonna go one more lap. I'll be 52 laps. I don't think anybody's made a scheduled stop yet. And imagine cars are going to come down really any moment. I'm surprised nobody's pitted yet. Truex going to be pitting this time. We'll see how many are going to follow. Once the leader comes to pit road. About a 1 second lead. Yep. Got some cars pitting. Pretty solid pit road entry. Going to put a half round of wedge into it. Try to tighten it up a bit. It was definitely starting to get quite a bit slippery the longer the run went. So we went 52 laps that first fuel run. And on the tires, obviously, so we'll only have to go 48 on the last set. And hopefully with the adjustments, that'll help as well. Tommy H. Jurgen Jr., thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Clean stop on the right, so over to the lefts now. Seems to be clean for the 11 team there also. 16-second stop, that's pretty good. That is really solid. And I would like to think everything cycles through. Martin Truex Jr. should be back in the lead. 19th right now. Quite a few cars obviously are on their way to pit road or still are there. Yeah. So easily in the lead as Martin Truex Jr. had a 1 second lead when we first hit pit road, but such a fast pit stop. And that will alone extend the lead by about a second. So 2 seconds ahead now. We'll have to see who that second place car is when our leaderboard is going to cycle all the way back through. And J.J. Yaley just cycled out of the pits who he passed, so I wonder if he got up to speed quick enough that he's now in second. And we're also going to have some lap traffic to deal with. And as we just lapped our first car, who was leaving pit road. And it is Yaley who did get up to speed quick enough. Got his way to second. Clint Boyer and Todd Cleaver, who were second and third, are now fourth and fifth. And Jamie McMurray's up to third. And Truex in a pretty solid spot right now, all things considered. Oh my gosh. These two checked up so much through the middle of 3 and 4 there. I feel like these lap cars are, for whatever reason, blowing me down the straightaways. Look at that. Pulling me there. Then we get to the corners and they go so much slower. I have to check up to keep from hitting them. Took my time getting underneath the 106 and I still made contact with him. He didn't give me a lot of room either. Put the half round of wedge into the car to try to help tighten it up a bit, and I still feel like it's a bit free. You guys can probably see the car wiggling around quite a bit too. I feel like I wasn't this free this early in the first run. Though I was in a lot heavier traffic, I guess, 10 laps into the race than what I went 10 laps into this run. Oh my gosh. Just trying to read the chat. This guy about parked it right in front of me. Literally have to keep my... Look at how far I'm going to close. Like 6 to 7 car lengths in the first half of the corner. If I don't have my head on a swivel, I'm going to run into every single one of these guys. There we go. Got a family reunion later this summer. I don't think we've had one for our family in a long time. I think ever since COVID, we pretty much stopped doing it. Just for whatever reason. But yeah, I mean, we get hundreds of people over there. Most of them I did not know. You'd have to select probably like 15 to 20 people that you did know. We'd all kind of herd together, and I'm sure everybody else was kind of doing the same thing. Every 3 years. Yeah, ours was annually. Usually right in the middle of the summer. This guy running right into the back of us. Yeah, I don't like the speed glitches going on right now, not while I'm leading. Just got ran into by that 116. He hit me, and then he just wouldn't get off of me. Far enough ahead now, shouldn't have to worry about it, at least with the cars just behind us. Lead is stretched out up over 3 seconds. Despite the contact we've made with several lap cars since pitting, still seem to be getting through the traffic a little better than most of these other drivers. As soon as I had a chance to pull clear, I was going to do it. I've noticed what I've entered a little wider. Most tracks, and here included. Car definitely slides a lot more than it does on the bottom, and it already kind of slides on the bottom quite a bit from time to time. Still haven't made the car perfect with the slight wedge adjustment. We were on pit road, but obviously when you're leading the race, and you're 30 laps away from winning, you got about a 3-second lead. I think you'll take it. Just got to hope this stays green, and we should have this one locked up. J.J. Yaley still remains in second. Boyer has gotten by Jamie McMurray for third. Cleaver still remains in fifth, behind McMurray, who's now in fourth. So there it is, 30 to go. There's Greg Biffle. He was falling way back. He was up in the top 10 early. Not the case anymore. We'll have to see where he's at on the leaderboard. Quite a big gap, though, until the next lap car. And that might be the last lapper we catch for a long time, if not the rest of the race. Biffle's in 27th. Wow, he's really fallen back. So 26 cars on the lead lap, just over half the field. Still caution free here tonight. Next Busch race going to be at Talladega, and that'll more than likely end up taking place tomorrow on the channel. Didn't realize till just now there is somebody else out of the race too that isn't just Jeff Burton. Probably been out for a while now. I didn't realize until just a second ago that there was an extra car on pit road on the track map. And it's Kevin Conway, and it was 11 laps ago when he pulled off. He was up in the top 10 at one point as well. 25 laps to go. Things are looking solid here for Martin Truex Jr. I'm starting to wonder if we're ever going to lose a race again. On the Busch Series, at least. 100% race, 50% race, it doesn't matter. Short track, intermediate. I'll have to find out on a super speedway tomorrow at Talladega, but... what a set of races. We're going to have up over a 300-point lead exiting this race as well. We're just in no man's land. We're 3.2 seconds or so ahead of second place behind us. And then you look at the track map and where the next set of lap cars are, 26th on up. And 26th through about the back half of the top 10 are in that next group of cars, probably a third or more of the track ahead of us. It's definitely longer than a straightaway. We're just getting off of turn 4, and they were pretty much a third of the way through the first turn. Halfway out of gas, that's no problem. We pitted at lap 52. We were one of the first cars to pit road, but we definitely went past the halfway point in the race. Wobbly getting into the corner. 20 to go. See, this is where it's really going to be interesting to me if we were to get a caution, because I was struggling for grip quite a bit at the end of that first run. And the adjustments we made to the car just doesn't really feel like it's helped it at all. To try to help tighten it up. I've had a lot less traffic, too. We didn't take the lead until lap 37. Definitely going to go on to lead the most laps in this race. It'll be another max points day for Martin Truex Jr. A lot of them in this stretch of what would be 6 wins in a row. They could close out these last 18 laps. Backed up turns 1 and 2 a lot better that time. That was one of the best times I've gotten through that corner in quite a few laps. Right front wearing out just a little bit. "15 laps to go this time by." Fastest lap is still 26.494, which is way back in the first half of the race. Tires have fallen off to this point in the run quite a bit as well. On 9/10 of a second off of our fastest lap that last time by, as we have just over 30 laps on these tires, but it's pretty much accelerated by ×2, with this being half of a full race. Having the pit stops on pretty much accelerates everything. It cuts an initial fuel run or tire wear in half. So if this were equivalent to a full race, it'd be as if we have over 60 laps on our tires rather than 30. So 9/10 of a second does seem like a pretty reasonable fall off at a track like Phoenix. Yaley was about a 10th quicker than Truex that last lap. Truex did finally clinch the most laps led that last time by at the start-finish line. 12 laps to go this time. Truex picked up a little bit. A couple tenths from the lap before. J.J. Yaley still in second. He had been in the top 5 even when we made our way through the field the first time. We had passed him for 4th, so he would have been 5th. More than likely right around there when the pit stop started, so for him to gain 3 positions, get to 2nd. And even during all the green flag action post-green flag pit stops, he's still in 2nd. After nearly 40 laps have passed by. A wall scrape off turn 4. Nothing too major there for Truex. A little bit wide off turn 4. 10 to go. Haven't caught a lap car in quite a while, but I could see one not that far ahead. Probably catch him in several laps. Eight to go at the line. Looks like the 117 car is out in front of us. Might be the 107. 107. Toyota. For the fantasy driver. He's got the Toyota paint scheme, so I'd assume it's a Toyota. That would only make sense. I doubt it's like a Dodge driving a Toyota sponsored car. That'd be something else. Be like one of the Hendrick teams at Chevy having a Built Ford Tough logo on the hood of their car. Doesn't make any sense. It'd be hilarious though. I don't think their OEM would be very proud of that. 6 laps left. Lead's cut just under 3 seconds. There is the 117 now. She made a little contact with the 126. Truck's going to get by both drivers. More clean air in front of the 11, and that's probably going to be the last couple lap cars he'll catch here. 5 to go. Mike Wallace up to 4th. Sam Hornish Jr. in 5th. Boyers dropped to 7th, and Todd Cleaver back to 8th. Four to go. Two more laps away from 6 wins in a row for Martin Truex Jr. No cautions on the final lap either. He's almost there. All 4 tires in the yellow on the tire wear indicator. Nothing too major, at least. Final lap. So our first caution-free Busch race is going to be a 50% race. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily count this towards the full season, but this being our last 50% race of the season. Surprised that this is the first of 4 to go caution-free, though. Big time win for Martin Truex Jr. Banging the fenders off of it in the burnout. Try to get it straightened up here. It's just sliding it into the wall. There we go. Now there's no smoke. Oh, there. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's not. Just banging it off of everything. That was a terrible burnout. Looks like I hadn't been there before. Alright, well, anyway, the fact of the matter is we won 62 laps. We're letting the race for ourselves. And that is now going to give us 827 laps led through the first 9 races of the season. 7 wins, 7 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. 6 wins in a row for Martin Truex Jr. Started last, no practice, no qualifying, no problem. 2.6 second margin of victory, 128.58 mile per hour average race speed, 46 minutes and 39 seconds total time of the race. Again, caution free. First time in 9 races on the season for the Busch Series that was the case, but it is also a 50% race, so we still have not yet had a 100% race go caution-free on either the Cup or the Busch Series side. Still 2 more 50% races on the Cup side, none left for the Truck and now the Busch Series. So 2 laps led for J.J. Yaley. That was probably during the green flag pit stops where he led, and he finishes in 2nd. Mike Wallace ended up 3rd. Clint Boyer did get back to 4th there late after starting on the pole and leading the first 36 laps of the race. Sam Hornish Jr. ended up finishing 5th with no laps led. Then he had Ty Cleaver getting back up to 6th. Matt Kenseth in 7th. Danny O'Quinn Jr. 8th. Jamie McMurray, who was 3rd when they cycled out of the pits, fell back to 9th at the finish. And then Kevin Harvick rounds out the top 10. Our teammates Paul Menard 15th, 16th for Dale Jr. They were 2nd and 3rd at points coming in. So they're going to lose quite a bit. We're going to have over a 300-point lead going into race number 10 at Talladega tomorrow night. Jeff Burton and Kevin Conway were the only 2 drivers to DNF in this race as they did not finish. And as far as cars to finish on the lead lap, we had 23 of the 43 that did finish on the lead lap, barely over half of the field. All right. Take a look at the point standings real quick before we get out of here. And again, Talladega will be tomorrow, and it will be a full 100% race for the Aaron's 312. And it'll be coming your way at 6 p.m. Eastern. And 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, about this time, we'll be going live for that. Full season points format here, too, so it's going to take a lot to probably not win the title with how big of a lead we have. Dale Jr. will now fall from 2nd to 3rd in points. Menard falls from 3rd to 5th. Cleaver is now up to 4th after getting a 6th place finish. And J.J. Yaley with 5 bonus points and finishing 2nd tonight is now 2nd in points, 6 points ahead of Dale Earnhardt Jr. So trying to get that 1-2-3 finish here for DEI. We had that at least through the first 8 races, but now we're 1st, 3rd, and 5th after race 9. Race 10 tomorrow. Hope to see you for that one. Be sure to hit the like button if you haven't done so on the stream yet. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. And we will be live and back at it again and better than ever tomorrow. Enjoy the Super Bowl for a lot of you that are probably going to be tuning in for that. And as far as this goes, yeah, going to be signing off. I'm predicting the Chiefs to win. I didn't get my Super Bowl predictions in there yet, but I am taking the Chiefs to win because, you know, I told myself after last year I was done counting out the Chiefs and Mahomes, and here they are in the Super Bowl again. Despite how ugly they've looked at times, they've really turned it on through the playoffs. Those couple extra weeks of rest for their starters, I think, has looked huge for them. Sometimes that doesn't work out. You rest your guys, and tends to be too much rest, and guys that are playing every week end up in more of a rhythm. Knock them off. Not been the case for them, at least. And they've been there. They've done that. And I think they'll be the first team to ever win 3 Super Bowls in a row. So we'll see if history's made tonight. Hopefully it's a good game. That's all I care about. And hopefully you enjoy for whatever reason, whether it's the game, the halftime show, the commercials, or more. See you guys tomorrow night again, 6 p.m. Eastern, about 24 hours from now. Talladega, baby.